I mean, I'm assuming it's the 80s now.
Yes.
While the whole b-boy explosion happened, I'm talking about B Street came out, Wild Style, all of this is going on.
I'm
Lincoln
growing
Center,
up.
New York City
I became
Breakers.
a parent.
What is that time period for? And
Well,
what are you thinking about when you see this? Are you saying, oh, this is what Renee was? Are you connecting the dots like?
No, not
Or are
really.
you just looking at it passively, like, okay, it is what it is?
I still had no interest in it.
Wow.
I
Okay.
had no interest in it. Seriously, I didn't. I know all that was going out, and I started seeing all these people doing it, and then at the same time, I didn't know Mastermind was doing it.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't know Mastermind was breaking. Never knew that. Wow. Till the next time I met them, I said I did not know that. That's how fresh and early I got out.
Wow. So you got out, you
Started at the beginning, the first 3 years
just literally
or 4.
bowed out completely, went into just general
Let
life,
it just disappear.
art,
Just disappeared.
reading, going out from time to time.
No, I
dancing
started
often.
working and I had a family already.
So you just became a family man.
Yep.
So
Okay.
so you're living your normal life now. This
Right.
let's just say a civilian.
Yes.
When was that first time where someone pulled you back into the rock?
Well,
The first time, like the first remnants, the main one, not like you go to a party and they happen to be rocking, a little BS here and there with the fellas. Talk about that first time where you.
well, the first time is thank God for the internet. The internet connected everybody again. If it wasn't for the internet, rock wouldn't have been around still. I'm sorry that yes, it would not. The internet blew it up.
So
And
that was.
there are people that were the fires that blew it up.
So how did you first come back into contact with it?
Where was I? So there was something that happened, and someone got finally in contact with me, and they had to do then with Ringo, and this and that, and I think it was that they met somebody in the Bronx, which was Rick. Okay, they met Rick in the Bronx, and Rick was here and then talking about Mastermind or something like that. And then they got together, and then he said, yeah, and he was Rick Viejo's cousin, you know. And they got together, and they started talking. So then I started talking with them, and Mikey said, listen, man, that, you know, we're having these practices, okay? It's not Mastermind yet. We're having these practices in McCarrion Park. And I said, okay, let me just go take a look. And there's a couple of guys there, you know, and they're teaching some classes. But a lot of it was breaking. The majority was really breaking, you know. What's this guy's name?
Break Easy.
Break Easy, you know. And that's what I said. I said, wow. So I started seeing the breaking and everything. Then once again, Mike said, come again, you know, and I started to see people doing some rock. And I said, oh, wow. And he says, yeah, people are doing it. And then he told me about King Up Rock, you know, and all the stuff he's been doing, you know. So then I started checking out because of the internet. You follow up and seeing all the things he's doing too, you know. And from then on, I even got more interested. And I said, okay. So I go and I started seeing some of the people that were trying to teach, you know, rock. And I said, it doesn't really look like that. You know, to myself, I go, no, that's not the way it is. And I didn't want to walk up to them and say, like, who taught you that? You know, who taught you that? You know? Because remember, I'm still shy. I still have that fear of somebody hitting me in the face.
So
Any way I danced, I had that fear.
So that incident really traumatized
Yeah,
you.
even there at that moment, I was like this.
Wow.
Yeah, why? Because it brings me back to that. The music is fresh to me, man. That's why when I hear that music, I go off, bro. I live it. That's the thing. I live the music, man. You know, till the music turns on, bro, and I turn off, we're cool again. But when that shit drops and I'm in there, bro, I'm in a different world, man. Mm-hmm. You know?
So you coming back, Mike invites you to these series of practices. When is the first time you bumped because he not only did he invite you, but he invited the others.
Yes.
So now you're coming back into contact with people that you were together back then.
Right.
And you see them 25 years later.
Exactly. You know,
What
and
was
now
that
we're all 25 years older, and of course we've all aged. You know,
But
gained weight.
what was that moment for you? You seeing Dash again? You see Mang
It's
again?
incredible because, you know, there are some members I lost, you know. There are some that have gone, you know, and to see them, you know, and what's become of them. You understand? Sometimes you got to understand, it's not a glorious life. That was never the meant to be. That's not it. Dancing, rocking, anything, no. That's not a lifestyle that you really want to spend years on, man, because it'll destroy you. Okay? If you're in it and you have a family, it'll destroy your family because you want to put yourself into that. But you got to understand something. If you're not getting any type of really support, don't dedicate yourself that hard to it. Keep it in your heart like I do then. You understand? But a lot of people do that and they sacrifice nowhere. You understand? There's still a handful of people in dancing that make careers. You understand? So you have to have a net to fall back on. A lot of people didn't do that. And they broke my heart. It broke my heart, man. You understand? You want to help everybody, but everybody went through a lot of different... I mean, we all told stories, bro. We all had war stories, man. And none of us went out to war. But we had war stories of life, man. Of people dying, of ODs here, of this and that, man. You understand? Of how they stopped dancing and what happened with them, man.
So it was an emotional moment.
Yeah, it was, you know. But as soon as they start dancing, we're 18 again. He's 16. I see them all young. When they do that one fucking move that you know, oh shit, I know who that is. You know? You're back in the time, man. It's a time machine, man. It was a time machine when I was there with them.
Nice.
You know?
So
I love it.
you guys come back together, you meet back up, you talk, you vibe, you practice. But then you kind of go on a little short run again. You do a couple of performances, shoot a couple of videos.
Try to do something that
I mean, how was that for you, man? You know, because to me, that's very remarkable, man. Like, that's almost a story you can't tell.
Well, my wife didn't appreciate it. She always telling me, you know, you're not a kid no more. You're not a kid no more.
Okay.
You understand? But I would always tell her, listen, for the first time, I'm recording a history. You understand? And it's like, you see, today, yeah, we got to put things down. We got to put things down for the next people. You understand?
Okay.
And if we get out of this thing and we can dance again, I want to come back. I'm going to come back. You understand? And I want to share it because no one's promised tomorrow. You understand? And if I don't share what I have, it's going to disappear. So I'm going to make a promise to try to bring it back, man. But I got to stay in shape. You understand? So that's the thing. You can't be going out every time this, even though when before this. I can't do that, man. Yeah. It takes a toll. As you get older, it takes a toll on your body, so you got to regulate that.
Of course. So you're coming back, you're doing a couple of shows with the crew. At this point, you guys are kind of like the backdrop. Manny, Dash, Spin. But now the power shift dynamic is kind of going to the hands of Ringo and Mighty Mike.
Right.
I always remember going to that first anniversary, maybe the one that was in Chuck's backyard.
Okay.
And at that time, Ringo was my mentor. And I always just remember going there. And everyone's supposed to be mastermind, but it seemed like, you know, Captain America, you know, the movie Civil War, where he had his people and they had his people. Mm-hmm. It seemed like the old guard and the new guard. And I always remember you, E.G., and I forgot who it was, versus Ringo, Mike, and whoever was representing the new generation, even though they're old too. So it's like passing the torch, and the battle was vicious.
Yes, it was.
Talk about that, what that was, passing the torch down to Mike and Ringo, and like that whole thing, man. Because that I was a spectator, and I'm sitting here watching it.
That was an honor, and let me tell you, man, those guys, you know, they always amazed me. You understand? I mean, they're rockers, man. So it was something, you know. And then after so many years, to have that diversity of the different people in there too, you know.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I mean, I was like honored, man.
Yeah, talk about that, man. Like you going to Chuck's backyard and you got Asia, Latin America, you got females,
Well,
you got
this
this.
is the
Everyone
thing,
was in that building. Like
when I came back, that was what really struck me very strong. Going to McCarran, I said, hold it. That's an Asian guy? I don't know who that guy is, and I'm looking, and then there's girls, and then I said, oh shit. And then I started seeing them rock when that needle dropped. I said, what? What I was amazed at is how people of different nationalities were actually in the park together and underneath a little light without hate. I said, this can't be. let me see what's doing this. What's bringing these people together like that? It really got me interested. What's getting these people like this, what I didn't have when I was young? And I said, what? I go, that's my music. That's my music. And I said, wait a minute, this guy's doing that wrong. And I said, you know what? I'm going to stop sitting down and I'm going to get up and I'm going to show that kid. And I started teaching him. And he shakes some moves. And he shakes my hand. And he goes, thank you. I go, what for? He goes, thank you, man. You're an OG, man. I'm not an OG, man. You know, I'm not a gangster. I'm not a gangster. You can call me an OR. I'm an original rocker.
Word.
I'm not an OG. I'm not a gangster, man. Yeah. I rocked all my life, baby.
So how is it, man? How is that like? You coming back in the scene and you seeing so much diversity. You know, in the mastermind, you got Jackie representing Taiwan. You got Knuckles representing Korea. You got Remy representing France. You got Noya representing Switzerland. You got Puerto representing.
It was overwhelming.
And you're like, wow. Would you have ever thought in your heyday time that the crew was gonna extend into an international, world-renowned crew?
That was unheard of. That was unheard of. We were still fighting between the Spanish and the blacks, the whites. That was unheard of, man. Unheard of. Unheard of. You hear me? Unheard of. That's why I sat there on the grass looking at all those young kids from different backgrounds, almost like crying, saying, wow, man. And music is doing this. The same shit that kept me sane. It's still here, man. It's still there doing the same job. Keeping a lot of kids like this, man, out from all that other shit that it's still out there too. It's just being hidden now. Nothing changed out in the streets. There's still drugs. There's even more of it, okay? But the music is even more too now. So it balances, baby, you know? You got more of that, but the music is what keeping a lot of these people from not meeting each other. Because I see this guy nodding his head and this guy nodding his head, and I say, look at them in unison. In the perfect beat. And they different nationality. You know? Yeah. And then when I started seeing these kids dance, I said, wow. I saw the fire I had. I saw the fire I had. I said, what? I said, I got to give something back. You understand?
Well,
I got to give something back, you know?
So
I participated.
Mastermind went on to, you know, you had that battle with Mike and Ringo. It was a vicious battle. Handed over kind of the reins. They continued to produce more rockers. They continued to throw anniversaries over the years. You always try to be present and just, you know, bless us with your presence in the big events. Let's fast forward to today, like, you know, the last couple years, you know. You're saying you're on the internet, you're able to kind of see what's going on. What are some things that you're seeing from today's generation, besides the diversity, because we already spoke about the diversity, but what are some things that you're seeing from the new generation that you appreciate?
The new diversity of where rock is going.
Okay.
It's wonderful. I see a lot of people incorporating from their nationality a lot of the history that they can apply to the dance. You understand? Just like I was grabbing it from somewhere, they're doing it themselves, and they're grabbing it from their heritage and from the internet too. You understand? You have more access now from the internet. But just because you're getting it from the internet doesn't mean it's correct.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there.
Yes.
But so you feel like today the dancers, they incorporate more of their cultural identity to the dance.
It's changing.
Do you feel it's for the better? Do you feel it's an evolution? Do you feel it's a
No, some people might call it for evolution, but listen, ballet has never changed and it's still awesome.
Yes,
you understand?
Absolutely true.
You don't change something that's not broken.
Okay.
You create something else and give it another name, but don't call it rock. If you're going to evolve, then it's not rock. It evolved into what? You understand?
Okay.
So what is what you want to call it then? But don't call it rock. It's evolving. Yes, it is. And there are different diverse versions of it, right?
Okay.
Now, when you put those diverse versions together in one room, they're all spinning in different ways because they're diverse. They've never been together, so they don't know how to work together. It's different.
Yeah.
It looks...
discombobulated.
Yes.
Not in unison.
No. You can't come from where you at without knowing anything than from where I'm at. You understand? Because we're going to be like a seesaw.
Yeah.
There's no rhythm.
What are some things that you feel that you're seeing today that you feel this generation needs to improve upon? You just spoke right now about a lot of the newer generation.
Foundation.
Just taking face value to what's on the internet.
Foundation has been out the window. Foundation is out the window.
Okay, now let's talk about that. Break down foundation. Break down what is the foundation of rock.
Okay. This is the thing. Can we define one? What is the foundation? No.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the foundation of Mastermind.
Okay.
Okay? So that we can put that in its own category because everybody has categories of things. I'm going to put it in mine. What worked for my club? You understand? That's what you got to understand. What worked for my club, my foundation, that was really a rock foundation. No pun intended. Okay? Drops. Blocks.
No, break down each one.
No, not yet.
We got to go there.
Not yet. Let me give it to you.
There we go.
Drops, blocks, spins, burns, jerks. That's it. Because it's what makes a fist. That's it. It's what makes the fist. It's what pumps the heart when you go like this and you're jerking and all that. The 5 things, because your hands are never open, man. If you can't remember that, bro. 5, man. That's all you need, those 5 things. So that's a foundation in Mastermind. And you have to apply it in every song. Not all of them, but you apply those foundations into that song. Because if you're just dancing up here, I don't see no drop. I don't see no blocking. I don't see no jerks. Then you're not rocking. Mastermind's foundation built our style on that. We didn't care if your style and mine were the same. What we had is we could have jerked with your style and my style at the same time. We had jerks. We had drops. You had your drops, I had my drops in your style, and we did it together. Everybody would do it together, man. We would drop. We would do all our shit together. Nice. Not this guy going like this and this. No, man. That's the thing. You have to have a balance, a rhythm. Okay? I I would practice these guys that you would start dancing and then you pick it up and then you pick it up and you pick it up. I'd have the whole room dancing in rhythm. Okay? And then I would make you stop. And then you stop. And you keep going like that. And then you have to do it on your own, bro. And then you turn them around to see their backs. And they're not looking at each other. And then you say, do it again. Do it again. And get your rhythm. And when you hear that song, I want you all to drop. And that's rhythm. You don't have to look at that person already. You already knew on that song what we doing. You should be dropping just like me. From the crew. We were like that.
So break down those 5 elements, each one. Drops. How are you supposed to drop, and when are you supposed to drop?
What's a drop? A drop is what it sounds like. It's going down to the floor. All right?
Like a little dip.
Right. There's different ways. You can drop in front. You can drop to your back. You can do splits. You understand? Anything that has you on the floor, you can slide, shuffle one day and lean all the way down. As long as you can do a hand dive. Any drop is a drop. You understand? That's why it's a drop. But the more dramatic, the better it is. You understand? You have drops that you just do squats. They're not drops. They're squats. Going down like this is a squat. That's not a drop. Okay? Going all the way down there and coming back up is a drop. Touch the floor. Those are drops. Okay? Squats are coming down like this. That's a squat. That's a drop, those low drops. You understand? And even that, people don't do drops. People just go halfway, try to bend over, and cross their feet. That's not a drop. So a drop is going all the way down, but in different styles. Drops, you grab them from different things. Okay? Look at Kung Fu. See how they do their drops. Any martial arts has great drops. All right? Even wrestling, anything you would grab it from, anything you would see, you would grab these things from them, and you put it into your dance. But the thing is, you have to have the physique for it too. Then, okay. Now at the same time, dare to do it, man. Don't worry if it don't look good the first time. Polish it.
Drops.
Polish it.
Then our next element, blocks. Talk
Okay,
about what
so
that
now
means.
blocks are basically defending yourself against someone's burn, which we'll get about in two. Okay, it's blocking. But you can do blocks, even doing drops. You can do a block. While you go down, you block yourself. You understand? Blocks are simple things, but once again, you do it in a dramatic way. It's impressive. The more dramatic everything is combined, the better that person in the crowd looks at and remembers you.
And spins.
Exactly. Now, spins are exactly what they are. But you have to know where to put your spins. You don't just spin. You wait till the right part of the song, okay? And you add the spin. How many spins you want, it depends on how good of a spinner you are. I know people that could have done maybe up to 6 spins, man. Depending on you had what do they call penny loafers? Okay, your penny loafers, and you could have done really nice spins, bro. I could do a good 4. I would have done a good 4. You know, just about a 4. I think so. About a 4. Pretty good.
And then you got your burns.
Now burns, there are different types of burns, but a burn is a gesture. It's you saying something or implying it or acting it. You understand? A burn can be you probably like the Three Stooges, poking somebody's eyes out, you know? Grabbing their teeth and ripping it out and shoving it back in their mouth. You understand? Those are burns. Burns are hitting someone over the head when he's not looking or something, you know? Or pulling his ear or doing stuff like that, okay? There are funny burns, you know?
Yeah, you got some of them too. I see some of your burns. You do a lot of like creative funny burns.
You know, you got funny burns. You always try to be creative. I really try to stay away from what I call the insulted burns, you know? Unless you're battling somebody. But the majority of the time, keep your burns, friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly shit. That's it. But don't overgo. If you're having fun amongst people instead, good. If you're going to be competing, then I understand. But otherwise, no, you keep friendly burns, But they're always gestures. The most best ones you can do is the creativeness. Equipment. Equipment plays a big role in burns. Okay? You got the gun. You got a sword. You got a whip. You can do anything that your mind can do it, but you have to act it out full.
You spoke about that one time, me and you and Tiny, pantomiming. Right. Mm-hmm. You said it's one of the main elements that you don't see in rock today. Right. People pantomiming the song, acting the song out.
Exactly.
Going from the first second of that song to the last second of that track, being the physical representation of that song. Going, traveling through the horns, the drums, everything, being that song. How is that? What is that to you, and how did you develop that?
Well,
was it all those years just listening to the tracks as a kid, having all the access to the music? You knew every song, you knew every lyric, you knew every beat, you knew every snare.
Like I said, I really had this passion for this, and it's never gone. And it's in some way I'm a musician. You could say I'm a musician because I can hear music and I can find the rhythm and stuff to it. You understand? So I'm in some way a musician. You understand? And the music to me, I don't play the instrument, but I damn know well how to dance it. Maybe how to jump to that horn or those cymbals or that bass. You understand? All that, and it's just that I can really feel the song when it was in my time. Today, I have to search for it. Today's music, I got to search sometimes for it. And it's different. Yeah. The music is changing.
Yeah, of course. And the last element, jerks.
Jerks, well...
Talk about, because, when we speak about rocking and dance, let's just say the dances of New York. Some would say rocking, some would say freestyle, some would say lofting, some would say this, that, movement. The one characteristic of rocking, that makes rocking is that jerk.
Masterminds always jerk. We always had jerks. That was what we were doing. Always had jerks. And the thing is, we based our different styles with the jerks. We all had the same jerks, but in different styles. But the jerk is how I would describe it. When you jerk and you're pulling, it's a force. And if you don't do it right, it doesn't look like a jerk. You understand? It looks like you're just pulling your hands to your side or throwing them to your head. And no, it has to be like a physical grabbing of the opponent. You physically grab him and you pull. That's what a jerk feels like. It's like when you were a kid and your mother grabbed your hand and she does that. That's a jerk. See how your body goes? That's a jerk. See that? So when you would jerk, that's a jerk. You jerk your body in and jerk it back out. And you drop. Or whatever you do. But that's what a jerk is. It's the pulling force of the opposite person. And in the jerk, you should be doing something to him. Or to your opponent. Definitely. Because if I'm pulling you like this, and I'm ripping you this way, right? Or I pull you and throw you up. But you see the jerk and the throw. Or you jerk in, grab them up, and throw them. But it's about a force. The jerk is the force of the rest of all of that should come out into the jerk. It's like letting loose your punch. The jerk should be your punch. That's where the force should go out in that jerk. But you understand, even though you're pulling, that's the force. So it's the punch. The jerk is the punch where you bam, you finish that style right there with that, And you have to have different styles of jerks. We all had different ones.
Of those 5 elements that you named, like what's your personal favorite?
Jerks.
Jerks. Yeah.
Jerks. I like a jerk, man.
Let's talk a little bit. Oh yeah, go ahead.
With a jerk, you can take time to pick a person off. You know, you can do one small little jerk like this, just being smooth until you waiting for your song, man. You don't have to get crazy yet. So as long as you have some nice flowing moves, that they come in with the jerks. But I see a lot of people that would start dancing, stop, and then do something else. Like stop and I'm gonna do a jerk. You understand? You can't do that. I don't see flows no more in today's. I don't see that. I see them stopping, confused about, do I have to do this move? I can see it. You know, like, is this a rock move and this? And most of the times it's not. It's not, you know? But there are people that are doing it good, but you have to do it correctly or else it's not going to look right.
Not going to be effective.
It's exactly.
It
won't be effective.
That's a Fano code. It's not going to be effective.
Mm-hmm. It won't be effective.
Let's talk a little bit about music, man. Like, what are your favorite songs to rock to, man? And like, what were your jams back then?
You know, I only really got. I'm short list man. I only got 5. That's why if you can't handle those 5, bro, I don't want to dance you.
Talk about it. We got the 5 elements of rock. Now we got the 5 songs. What's the 5?
Well, I'm Just Begun. Turn It Up. Mexican. Listen to Me. And Apache.
That's it.
That's it, baby. That's all I want to see you. Anything else, I don't really care because they're not that long. Most of those songs are a song you didn't have to loop on its own. You understand? You did what you had to do on that one song. Those songs are long. That's what I'm saying. Those are the meat and potatoes of rock. That's the real song. Anything else, that's show. I'm for real, man. Anything else is show. You know?
And those songs, those are the heavy hitter songs. But do you feel like...
Oh, I forgot. Did I say Beirut? I said, yeah, the Mexican.
Yeah,
right?
Mexican, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm throwing in one in there, Yellow Sunshine. 6. That's a run.
Really.
That's in the bench.
There.
That's
Look,
a bench one. That's the bench song.
I'll put Yellow Sunshine with Dance to the Drummer's Beat.
Okay. We the People.
Okay. The next heavy hitters would be Yellow Sunshine, We the People, Shaft in Africa, Dance to the Drummer's Beat, and who else would I have? I'd put
So Makosa.
Somakusa. That's it. So that's
so you got your you got your heavy hitter songs, your main events, and then you got your undercard songs.
I'm gonna take it easy.
Okay. Yo, so man, this has been such a dope interview. In closing, man, thank you for giving us your time today and rocking with me, rocking with Vitamin Vision TV, rocking with Talking Rock, rocking with our audience. What is the message? What did you feel is like the cultural impact of uprock to New York City history? And then after that, like, what message do you have for the people out there, people that want to learn about rocking, whether they want to learn for history, whether they want to learn to dance, whether they want to be a part of this? What advice do you have to them?
Well, I think we were never given that chance to shine.
The rock
never got its chance. You understand? Because breaking came in after it. In a time when people started doing clubs and things like that, and we weren't doing that yet. There were social clubs. You were going to a social club, you could rock in those things. We weren't going to no clubs and none of that stuff. There was no Roxy's and none of that stuff for us. And that's the thing, but it's hopefully it'll continue, but because of what's happening now, everybody's taking a pause. But I am seeing that there is such an appreciation for it around the world, I see it sticking around for a while,
Yeah.
So since it's gonna do that, I'm gonna stick around too.
You got my man Joe Green, fresh, probably a b-boy. He wants to get into rocking. He's watching some videos online. He's starting to write down some songs. Maybe some of the songs you just mentioned. What advice do you have for a fresh rocker, someone that wants to get into this? How would you advise them to build themselves up?
Well, I'd say the first thing is get the songs that you think you like, you know? Start with those. Although I gave them the basic songs that you should use, once you have that, just practice it. And now that you have the internet, see who else is doing it. You understand? But if you get a chance and you can find someone who's an original dancer, an original rocker, go in and learn from him. Ask him questions, you know. If he's willing to teach you, you know, you can learn from a person like that, you know. And you better take advantage of it now because not a lot of us are left, you know. We're disappearing. With all that's happening, a lot of us are disappearing. So if you get the chance when all this is over, go and experience it yourself personally. You understand? You have to have a physical contact with it or else you're never really going to feel it. You understand? Just you by yourself doing it, it's not going to really light that fire as much as you going out there and experiencing it. Find out where in your area they're doing it. You understand? And go and participate. You're not going to be the best there, but that's okay. Nobody ever is at first, you know? You just keep on and just take your notes and learn from your mistakes, you know? But polish your craft. You understand? Polish it. Do it 100, 1,000 times till you know that song backwards and forward. That's the only thing you really have to do. Know the song because you'll look smoother than anybody else once you got that song packed down under your belt. You won't even sweat to it, you know? That's it, man. Have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun. Don't be angry like I was.
Word.
Don't be like me.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say to the people out there?
Thank you for this time, you know, and hopefully, like I said, if we get a chance and you want to learn, I'll teach you.
Word, yo. Yo, this is Vitamin the Governor. This is Vitamin Vision TV. You can like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. You know, you just say that bullshit for the algorithm. Feel me? But anyways, yo, check out the rest of the video. Show some love. Show some support. Mastermind Rockers right now, they're having their online battle, Burn or Get Burned online. So, you know, they got the top 32 competitors. Also, check that out. You can check out the Rock Dances Here page on Facebook, also on Instagram. Check that out. And check out, once again, Vitamin Vision TV on Instagram. Check it out on Facebook, and you can also go on YouTube. Got tutorials, we got interviews with other OGs, and this one is coming soon too. So you're going to feel that one. And you know the rest, yo. Peace. Be real.
Be safe.